Hey everyone, the commentary you're about to watch is from the SC2GG Commentator Idol Finals. One of the two remaining contestants casted this game from Wednesday, February 18th from the OSL round of 16. After the game, you will hear the opinions of Rise, Peanut, and Klazart. Our fourth judge, Tasteless, had some computer problems and will be sending us recordings of his opinions in the next few days, and you will hear them before the final voting, which closes on March 1st. Thanks and enjoy this video.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the final episode of Commentator Idol, episode 6, the best of the best, and also welcome to round of 16 OSL. This will be the P2 OSL, which is the current OSL that is running. You have a lot of OSLs every year, so it gets kind of confusing who's doing who. It all depends on who is the corporate sponsor. Anyway, today we will be seeing a very interesting game between Cal and Luxury, both very good players. Cal is 66% against Zerg, and Luxury is 56% against Zerg. So we'll have to see what happens. Cal just came from an amazing all-kill, or shall I say all-Cal, haha, of CJ Entis, which involved killing off, just mutilating several of the best Zerg players out there. Well, not necessarily best, but Effort is a rising Zerg player on CJ Entis, and Savior is just a returning Zerg player back from the ashes of B Team and Laundry. He's been actually doing so well, so it's surprising that Cal just completely 4-0'd CJ Entis, so he's probably coming into this game with a lot of confidence. I'm not sure how Luxury is feeling. This will be Return of the King, which is kind of imbalanced, I think. In this OSL, Protoss v Zerg has been 100% Protoss. Part of the reason is because better Protoss players have been playing. You have the reign of the Six Dragons, so a lot of really good Protoss players have been playing kind of second-rate Zerg players, like I don't know their names because they are second rate. But so I'm not sure if there is a genuine map imbalance. Part of the reason why Return of the King isn't that great for Zerg is because there are just so many narrow ravines that stretch all across the map, and it's just so hard. It channels all your units. You don't want to channel your units as a Zerg player, and you want to kind of just flank from all directions, and it's really hard to do this on this map. By the way, we have Cal spawning as red Protoss at the bottom right corner of Return of the King, and we have Luxury spawning as green Zerg at the top right of the map. So what I think might happen this game is that Luxury probably knows that Return of the King isn't the best map for Zerg. He's seen his brother, actually Yarnak, lose to Stork on this map. July lost to Bisu. There have just been Zergs falling left and right on this map. Obviously, Zergs are not the king of this map. Protosses are in this matchup. So because of that, Luxury might not opt for the macro game. I'm expecting actually for him to go for something like 2 base, not 3 hatch mutas, because even though you have a really easy to secure third gas, it's not an easy to defend gas. So that's going to prove very dangerous for the Zerg player. If he chooses to go for that third base with a hatchery, it's just going to be really hard to defend on all fronts. It's funny, you see all kill on the sign out there because Cal just recently did an all kill. All Cal. I still love that joke. Alright, Cal is going for a Forge Fast Expand, it looks like, and he's scouting in the wrong direction, so he's going to be forced to put down a Forge, put down some cannons, regardless of what Luxury decides to do. Luxury, I'm not sure what he's going for. It looks like probably a 12 hatch. I think one of those are his Overlord just came out, actually. So those are probably drones. He's going for a standard 12 hatch. And he's sending out a drone to just put down that hatchery. So maybe this will be a macro map. I don't think that's a good idea though, because from what I've seen on Return of the King, whenever a Zerg player goes for the macro build, whenever he goes for Hydras, he ends up being just corralled into this little machine of death provided by Psy Storms and High Templar free of charge. So Zerg players really don't want to do that. Maybe he'll go for mutas instead because of that. Mutas will be quite useful. There is a spawning pool going up now. It's 12 hatch, 11 pool, very standard build for Zergs, especially in this new type of Protoss v Zerg. But oh my god, there's a cannon. Oh no, that's not a cannon. That's a pylon behind the hatchery. I don't know if Luxury sees this. I hope Luxury sees this. A probe is coming in now, approximately the right time. I don't know when that probe got in there. does that drone see the pylon? It's impossible that he doesn't see the pylon. He's got to see the pylon. He sees that this is playing out like a bunker rush. He's sending all of his drones out to take down the cannon. I don't know why Cal is going for this such a risky build in the round of 16. Is he safe? No. He's 1-1. Both players are 1-1. Whoever wins this is going to go through, and whoever loses will have to depend for just hope for a tiebreak. But look at this. The cannon is nearly up. Those drones are dying to probes alone. This is terrible. This is really terrible for Luxury. So hopefully he'll be able to do something. Oh, the cannon is cancelled or it goes down. I'm not sure what happens there. The cannon has no health on it left though, so I don't think that was a good trade, to be honest. Maybe 3 or 4 drones were taken down, and Cal's pylon, his cannon, and his other cannon were taken down, and now he has no cannons in his own base. Wow, Ling run by. Can we say Ling run by? These Lings will get straight through the photon cannons if they don't warp in time. This probe is going to delay the Zerglings for a little bit, but those Zerglings are not deterred from their attacks. Cal looks like he knows that he's in trouble. He's bringing out a bunch of probes to just block his ramp with. I don't know if he can survive. Those Zerglings are going to try to go for like a little run by, a little surround on the cannons, or he's just going to run straight past. That's also a good idea. I don't know why Cal didn't put his probes on the ramp. That was a mistake, and now there's no pylon in the base. There are 6 Zerglings in the base. This looks like Luxury has it in the bag. He has the game in the bag, it looks like. And yeah, my predictions were completely wrong. Cal just decided to go for a well, not stupid. Okay, he went for a stupid build. That's all I'm going to say. And now he's going to lose because of it. How many probes are going down? And I don't know if Cal can put up a cannon, because if he can't, the game is over unless he can get a zealot out, stop losing probes. Cal looks like he's going to GG. You can see it in his face. You've got to feel sorry for him. Actually, Luxury just completely stopped. Oh, why is the pylon still there? But Luxury stopped microing his Zerglings in the base, so all the Zerglings are gone now. But look at how many probes Cal has. Cal has 6 probes. That's not really what you want as a Protoss player. He's okay. He has the expansion up, but he doesn't have probes to supply with. Usually at this point, when your second Nexus goes up, you have enough probes to transfer to Maynard, but Cal doesn't even have that at this point. So Cal luckily does still have that scouting probe in. His pylon will go down, so this cannon rush was a complete failure. I don't know why he decided to do this on this map. Return of the King, not such a good idea. Maybe on something like Destination or Shinchopung Ryung, you would be able to do something like that. But Return of the King, it's pretty obvious when you have a pylon in your expansion. So right now, Cal is in a very large deficit for probes, for econ, for everything in general, and these Zerglings might be able to do another run by. Luxury, by the way, has his second expansion up, his third base. Look at this. I don't even think Cal really placed his pylons and his cannons in the best position. I think he just tried to get it up as soon as possible. I don't know if this was just the best idea. Those Zerglings can do a lot of damage to... Oh, now that he has his second cannon, this is a better block. And those Zerglings will have to run away. But I was just going to say, those Zerglings can just go straight for the mineral line without any cannons hitting them. But they didn't end up doing it. So we are seeing Spires, we are seeing Mutalisks on this map. I think that's a good transition because Cal is just so behind. He doesn't have a cybernetics core. He probably didn't have the minerals to build it. He had to, I mean, he built so many cannons, he lost so many probes. He's just going to be behind. Zerglings have speed as well, so they might be able to just do something. I mean, I actually thought that Luxury could have just went straight up 3 hatch speedlings or something and won the game at that point. Of course, pro gamers usually don't do that. When they have a lead, they... Oh my god, there are a lot of Zerglings though. This is kind of looking like 3 hatch speedlings into Spire, so maybe we are seeing something like that. These Zerglings are plenty to take this down though, really. So many Zerglings. That cannon will go down. Nice little block with the probes and the zealots, so that's some really nice positioning on Cal's part, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Or maybe it is enough. No, I don't think it's gonna be enough. 6 Zerglings left. If Luxury just keeps streaming in the Zerglings, he'll be fine. Or maybe he doesn't stream them in. Maybe he's just waiting for Mutas. But as I was saying, pro gamers usually do just cement their advantage. They don't necessarily push all the way. They don't get greedy, or usually they don't get greedy. They just do something, they have the advantage, and then they just press it by expanding, or by teching, or by something like that. and because of that they have a much clearer win, and I think that's what Luxury is doing. Luxury has responded very well to Cal's strange rush thing. Alright, more Zerglings coming in for Luxury, but I don't think this will work anymore. There's one Zealot, enough probes, I guess, if you can call that probe saturation, enough probes. Now there are mutas out, and I don't think Cal can survive through these mutas. There's 6 mutas, I think, coming from all 3 hatcheries, and he can just go straight for the base, to be honest. There's only one cannon. There's a Stargate, but really, Cal's economy sucks right now. He's not going to be able to build a Corsair. Maybe okay, now he's built the Corsair, but really, a Scourge will be out in time to counter that Corsair. So I think this is game, ladies and gentlemen. This has been game for a while, just because Cal went for that cannon rush, and the cannon rush was an absolute failure. There are 2 cannons up in Cal's main base, but he's gonna lose his natural expansion. And this is just over, and there we get it. GG from Cal. It looks like his all Cal didn't really do anything for him. His strongest matchup was PVZ. He had everything going for him. The map is favored for Protoss, I think. He also has just gotten off of a all kill, so it really confuses me why he would think that he would need to cheese Luxury to win a game. He really didn't have to do that. I think if he chose to go for the macro Protoss, Return of the King was just so beneficial for the macro Protoss versus the macro Zerg, because you can get that mineral only. It's really easy to go 3 base Protoss, get 3 bases against Zerg. So I'm kind of disappointed in Cal. I don't know why he didn't choose to play normally, because now he's 1-2, and he lost to, I don't remember who he lost to, but he's 1-2, and Luxury is through. So good game. Thank you for listening. Please do go to SC2GG, catch the finals of Commentator Idol. This is one part of it, one segment of it. It'll be really exciting. We're doing the whole round of 16 OSLs played on Wednesday morning, and it'll just be interesting. You should always follow OSLs regardless of whether commentators are doing it or not, just because it's just a really exciting place to be, I guess, because OSL's really huge in Korea. Really, all the players of Korea are just joining together, proving their worth, proving who is the best, jousting each other in a metaphorical StarCraft worldwide joust, I mean Korean-wide joust, just to see who can unseat the top players and who can win overall. So, good game, thank you for listening, and this is Hazel signing out.
Okay, so the judges just watched Hazel's first commentary, her solo commentary of the game between Cal and Luxury. What did the 3 judges we have here live with us have to say about this commentary? Klazart, why don't you go first?
Hi Hazel, yeah, you were obviously palpably nervous during that commentary, and yet I think you brought all the elements in together and provided a really good, solid, all-around commentary that was pretty enjoyable to listen to. I love the way, a lot of people talk about map statistics, but I love the way that you don't just do that. You actually talk about the map, and it kind of shows that you actually have a lot of knowledge when you explain why a map is balanced a certain way or not. Even if other people might not agree with you, at least you're backing up your statistics with arguments. Yeah, all around, I think you've made a huge improvement from last week, and you seem to have taken all of the advice and criticism on board and made yourself better for it. If you have a weakness, I think that maybe you could do a little bit better at conveying the excitement when things get really heated up, but I think all around you're pretty good.
Okay, Peanut?
Hi Hazel. Yeah, I also thought it was an entertaining commentary, and I liked, in one sense, I liked the disbelief in your voice when you were just like, "What is Cal doing?" And especially at the end when you're like, "Oh, his cannon rush failed, and that was ridiculous." I also liked the part at the end where you talked about why it's really good to follow the OSL. I appreciated that. There were some parts of it, and I think Rise will probably address this, so I won't go too much into it. There were some parts where I was like, why didn't she talk about this particular thing? Of course, that's not my area of expertise, so I won't go into it too much. But I thought overall it was strong. There were some parts where you faltered a little bit when you were talking, when you were describing things. But overall, I thought it was a good commentary.
And Rise.
Hazel, I'm so disappointed. I thought you were going to listen to me from No, I'm just kidding. That was really good, actually. It was pretty good. I thought that you actually did take a lot of
Punked.
our criticisms into mind, and I really thought that you were a lot more confident than you were in your past commentaries. So I applaud you on that. Actually also thought that your build information was very good. The Forge Fast expanding information that you gave with the lack of scouting right away from Cal and saying how he was going to have to build a couple cannons because he didn't know what was going to happen was really good. Although the places that he built the cannons were, oddly enough, not where he was supposed to, but still, that's just how the game rolled. And I thought you did a pretty good job of rolling with it. The results of that game were a little bit odd to me, and obviously they were odd to you too. And again, I think that came across in the commentary, and it was something that I could relate to while listening to it. So overall, good job, and nothing really that I would point out a fault except for maybe one or two instances where you had that unsureness about what was about to happen. But other than that, good job.
Okay. Any questions from the
Um,
judges about this first
I'm
commentary?
sorry.
Oh, go right ahead, Peanut.
Oh, sorry. I was wondering. There are a couple places where I saw something in the commentary and was just like, why didn't Hazel talk about that, or why didn't Hazel see that? So when Cal was doing his crazy cannon rush thing, and he had a pylon on sort of the left-hand side, and then a cannon in the middle, and then a pylon a little bit under that, and you kept saying that it was a cannon, and you were like, oh, I think that cannon, like, the cannon was canceled or something, and that seemed to me to be just for blocking the drones from getting to it. And then also I first noticed that Cal was trying to build a Stargate a few minutes before you noticed it actually, and even though at that point Cal was kind of, I don't know, done for. I was just wondering if you noticed those things.
Right, I did notice that. The thing is, I think I had a slip of the tongue. When I first called the pylon a cannon, I obviously knew it was a pylon because it was an individual building, and it would be impossible to have a cannon floating out in the terrain. But that's just how it happened. And yeah, Cal did get a Stargate, but it was really late. Maybe I should have pointed that out. But at that point in the game, I thought that it was completely over because you had 9 mules on the way. So I was pretty confident that even if he built a Stargate, he wouldn't win, and that's why I didn't really address that.
Yeah, I mean, just to jump in here, not to be combative with Peanut, but yeah, I mean, sometimes it happens that you're just kind of talking about the flow, and yeah, okay, a Stargate went up, but it wasn't really going to affect the game in a huge way, and so it kind of isn't very high on your priority list to mention. But I do have a similar sort of question for you, Hazel, where I think once it was kind of pretty clear that Luxury was WTF pwning Cal quite badly. Did you feel that you were kind of then struggling a little bit to kind of fill the air because you knew the game was finished and the play-by-play was kind of almost starting to get inconsequential? So I was wondering if you felt that you were kind of struggling to kind of fill the air a little bit.
Just a little bit, but to fill it, I just tried to make fun of Cal a few times and just call his build completely stupid, which it kind of was, but he did have the right idea, I guess, because of the way the minerals were shaped. But it just helped to make things up and just try to add some color. I don't know if it worked that well, but I don't know.
No, you did a good job overall. It can be difficult, and it is one of those things that the more commentaries you do with practice, you'll get much better at it.
Okay, with that, we are going to wrap up the review of the three judges we have here. Remember that Tasteless's opinions will come in a few days, and we'll be moving on right now to Kenny's solo commentary of July versus Stork.